What's up, everybody? Anthony here, specialtymotorcars.net, and behind me I have an absolutely freaking gorgeous 2003 Lincoln Town Car, Cartier L. And if you don't know me by now, you know I like long wheelbase town cars, and burgundy is kind of my favorite color on a car. My Escalade is burgundy, not by my choice, but I love it, and I want another burgundy one. My tow rig, my Silverado, is burgundy. I absolutely love it. Gorgeous. And this car is burgundy, and I should be keeping this car. But as I film this looking at the camera, I can see behind me all the other cars that I have kept. So I'm going to let this one go. 2003 Lincoln Town Car, Cartier L with 66,000 miles. Let's get into the walk around video. Sweetheart. And here she is, an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous autumn red or autumn metallic, I forget how Ford called it, 2003 Lincoln Town Car, Cartier, however you want to say it. L, long wheelbase. This would be the first year for this body style. And I can count on two fingers how many times I've experienced a burgundy 2003 Cartier L like this car. And I can count on one finger how many times it was, how would I say this? How many cars that was. This will be the second time I've sold this car. I sold this car, I think, 3 or 4 years ago to a local couple who bought this car from me at 63,000 miles. And I remember when I got it then, I absolutely loved it back then. I bought this car from one of my YouTube subscribers way back in the day. The car came out of Tennessee. Originally, before him, it came out of Florida. So the car has lived down south its whole life. I brought the car up here. I sold to one of my local customers. Kind of back before I had a following, back before a lot of things were different back then. Prices of cars weren't as crazy as they are today, and these weren't as rare or sought after. I mean, they were still rare, but not as crazy sought after, I should say. So the folks that had this car, they kept it, garaged it, and they only put 3,000 miles on this car in the time of them having it. And they just use it literally on special occasions only. And then back last fall, when I purchased that pearl white 2003 Cartier L with 26 or 27,000 miles, they were on top of me the whole time saying, we want that car, we want that car. As soon as it goes up for sale, we're coming to buy the car. And that's exactly what they did. The car hit the block, they called, they came down, and they traded this 2003 with 66 in. Just because they wanted the lowest mileage one they could find. And to date, that 2003 Cartier is the lowest mileage Cartier L I've ever had. Not the lowest mileage L I've had, but definitely the lowest mileage Cartier L. And 2003 is special because it's the last year for the Cartier name. It would be the first year for this body style. And to get this in a long wheelbase is rare. To get this in burgundy is super rare. They made these in black. I had a black one. They've made them in silver. I've never had a silver one. They've made them in pearl white. I have had 2 pearl white ones, and I've had this burgundy one. And it's not like, I don't know, this car outside, I mean, it looks gorgeous under these lights, don't get me wrong. But if you go back and see my old video, I did it outside. Don't knock me for my amateur, I don't know, enthusiasm or voice. Or that was, again, a different time. But I got this car back in, went through it again from front to back, up and down, made it even better than it was the last time, and now it's being offered again with just 66,000 miles on it. So I'm going to show you this car. I'm going to show you some minor imperfections. Most of this stuff was all there when I sold this car the first time. Because, again, these folks really didn't drive this car much. Front bumper on this car, that's one thing I did fix this time. It had some marks in it. I think it had like a scrape or something. I had the front bumper repaired. I think it had a scratch or something. Now I can't even remember. But I had the front bumper repainted on this car. I put a brand new front license plate bracket on it this time as well. I also replaced both front fog light lenses and bulbs. The original lights kind of had a little bit of haze and a little bit of cracking on it. Good luck finding new Lincoln Town Car fog light lenses because, as you know, that's a rare option for these cars. So I bettered it that way. A lot of mechanical stuff is basically what I did. But we'll get into that in a little while. Let me show you the rest of the car. Original HID headlights. Now the headlights, I remember this was a little bit of an issue. You can see a little bit of hazing there. A little bit of almost like a scuff or something in the lens. A couple little chips. The paint on the hood. Paint is good. A couple little chips there. Some minor, very minor, odd chips. A little bit of haze on the top of this headlight, but these headlights are original HID headlights, so you can't get those anymore, so it'd be a shame to take them out, but they do present very, very well. Not bad at all. I did pinstripe this car when I got it that first time, too, and I think the pinstripe really adds to it. A couple little minor marks, some light scuffs. Has the chrome fender flares. Now, this is a perfect example of how that was a totally different time. I let this car go with relatively new Blackwall Firestone tires on it. I wasn't as crazy about just putting tires on everything just to put tires on, but this car should have gotten white walls then. I'm glad I put them on this time. Beautiful set of Travel Star pinstripe white walls on gorgeous chrome Cartier wheels. 17-inch chrome wheels, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It just glistens. Original Ford Carlite windshield. 2003 would have been the only year for the rain sense wipers, which this car has. This is an early build 03. And if you follow me for a while, you know early build 03s have some unique things to them. And then they also have one issue, and that was rectified with this car as well. But we'll get into that when we get to that point. Tinted windows. Now, the window tint on this car is an older tint, but I just think it's perfect because it's just dark enough. It's probably a little faded, but it's still black. And I just think, I'm not usually a tint guy, but it's just perfect, I think. I don't know. Whatever. The window tint has probably been on this car for a while. It is older tint, but it was really well done, and it looks great. And I absolutely love it on this car. It's got the keyless entry keypad here. A couple little minor chips right there on that door edge. Lower rocker. A little bit of a chip right there. A little spot that was touched up. A little chip right there as well. No dings in this car. But little minor chips right there. Cartier L. Long wheelbase. Does have a little ding in this fender trim here. Again, another beautiful chrome. Like I said, this is a Tennessee car, and you can see in there, if it focuses on the frame, how clean that is. I will put on the end of this video a shot at the bottom of this car. They had it on the lift. You can see a little chip there. Back bumper, nice shape. Around the corners. Beautiful tail lights. Roof on the car. Look at the gloss on that. You can see my Cadillac sign reflecting. This car did come with the communication system, so this would have been for the flippable antenna. I believe the antenna's in the trunk. It might be broken, but it's useless anyways. That's just the receiver on the rear window there. But when we pop the trunk, we'll take a look in there. What's this? Oh, this is water from the garage door. But very, very nice reflection. Super smooth, super glossy. There is one defect. You can kind of see like a little bit of a halo or something. I'm gonna have to assume that the deck lid had been painted at one point, and it's not really focusing. But there's this odd halo right. Oh, now I get right in the middle of the deck lid there, and it's kind of hard to notice. I mean, look at how smooth that paint is. It's got, I mean, the texture almost matches perfectly. I don't know, maybe it was a spot repair done at one time. More water from the garage door. Who knows? But it matches really well. Has a Lincoln, you can see a little bit of chrome kind of flaking there on the corner. Same with on this side as well. Has the town car. Rear parking assist now functions. When I sold this car the first time, it didn't, because the rear parking assist modules weren't available anymore. And now somebody decided to remake them or refurbish them. So they are available. All right, 9 minutes and 50 seconds on this side. Let's flip it around and take a look at the passenger side. All right, swinging around to the passenger side. Oh, this beautiful, beautiful autumn. I say beautiful way too much. A few people have said that in the comments. But I get really excited about these cars. And I don't know what other word to use. Gorgeous, I use that a lot. Beautiful, stunning. And this car fits all those words. Right, Papa Bear?
That's right.
That's right. Everybody's been asking, where's Papa Bear been? Where's Papa Bear been? Papa Bear.
Sitting here, taking it easy.
Supervising. Oh, look at this thing. Glossy. You know, I was going to put chrome pillar trim on this car, but I think the black pillars with the tinted windows just look perfect. I didn't go overboard. It already had the chrome fender trim on it. I striped it last time. The white wall tires, I think, really make it. And I should be in jail right now for not having white walls on this the first time I sold it. But again, a lot has changed with me in the last few years. You know, I get into these cars more and more. Even this car coming back in, we did a ton of service work to this car. A lot of it wasn't needed, but I kind of just did it anyway. Some of it was needed, some of it wasn't. What do we do to this car? 4 new white wall tires. Obviously not necessary, but I did it anyways. Rear parking aid module, I did that. What else did we do to this? Front struts we did. Rear shocks we did. Rear Arnott air springs, we replaced those. One of them had a little bit of stress cracking going on one side. The other side was actually nice, but I did a pair of those. Upper control arms, four-wheel brakes, pads and rotors in the front and rear. Really didn't need them, but kind of had a little bit of a lip on the edge of the rotors. There was no pulsation, plenty of pad life left, but we did new pads and rotors all the way around. What else did we do this? Gee whiz. Drawing a blank here. Last time, I believe it was last time that this car was here, I know I did a driver's seat motor pack. That was a common thing with these cars, the memory seat motor packs. I did the rear axles, bearings, axle shafts, because again, this is an early 2003 car. It had that Ford recall. While I go around and tell you this, I'm going to show you any imperfections. I got another water spot that came down as I drove it out. So the rear axles were done. So in the last 3,000 miles, tires all the way around, brakes all the way around, shocks front and rear, little chip there, upper control arms. Just did a Ford synthetic blend oil change, little ding right in the stainless there. 4 new tires. I'm going to start repeating myself more and more if I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Anyways, we went through this car very, very thoroughly. A little bit of a chip that was touched up there. And I remember this scratch from last time. Looks like a little scuff right there as well. And then I also remember this little guy from last time. A little spot right on the door edge there. No dings again. I went through this car pretty thoroughly and de-dinged it, I think, the first time. Little chip right on the mirror there. Again, original car light windshield. Looks like a little stone chip right there. That's a water spot. Beautiful Travel Star white wall wrapped in gorgeous chrome, or wrapping a gorgeous chrome wheel. A little bit of a chip right there. And I think this side is where that scratch was on the bumper. And again, like I said, new fog lights, the bulbs and lenses. Those are brand new, so freshens up the front end of this car really nicely. New license plate bracket as well. A couple more little water droplets. Really, really sharp car. I absolutely love, love, love this gorgeous 2003 Lincoln Town Car Cartier L. Let's take a look at the inside now. All right, jumping on to the inside of this autumn red Lincoln Town Car. Show you the paint code over here is GT. Autumn Metallic. Beautiful tan leather interior. Nice, clean door jambs. Again, this is a Tennessee, Florida car. So real clean. This car has really never seen a winter. Even when it was up here, like I said, my customers, the 3 years they had it, they put a little less than 3,000 miles on this car. One of the issues that this car had when it came in the first time, and you can kind of see it, a little mark there, a couple little marks here in the window tint, probably from somebody doing a window regulator on this side and catching it when they were adjusting the glass. But you don't see it on the outside, so it doesn't really bother me. And to try to match this tint would probably be difficult at this point in the car's life. You got all the door switches here, power driver seat, memory function, heated seats. Those work, I can tell you. I was I was a little stubborn on giving this car up. Dragged my feet a little bit. I've had this car for a few months now. But we did do a lot of service work to it, and I guess that gives me the excuse. Road testing purposes, right? Beautiful wood grain, wood trimmed leather wrapped wheel, all the audio buttons, all the interior dash and everything is in real nice shape. Again, like I said, this is an early 2003, so you have the little map pockets there on the front of the seats. Freshly shampooed carpeting, door sill, Lincoln. Driver's seat shows really well. Nice, soft, supple leather. Some wear and cracking, just going on like normal creasing. But very soft, very supple leather interior on this town car. The center opening armrest. Jump around to the back here. And I love, like I show you on all these long wheelbases, how these rear doors open nice and wide. Again, inside the jam, nice and clean throughout. No rust or corrosion. Another common thing with these cars is these rear door gaskets start to shrink. You can see I readjusted them, so what normally happens is they start pulling down here in the corners, and in that shrinking, it starts to catch right here on the door panel when you close it. Both sides are doing that on this car. And again, that was like that when I sold it the first time. You don't get any wind noise or anything like that. I've driven this car quite extensively both times. Rear carpeting, that's 6 inches of extra legroom. Really adds to the backseat experience of these town cars. Nice, beautiful leather. Flip that open. You have the flip open cup holder. Center controls for the audio, for the fan, and you can also adjust the front seat when the car is running. Little tissue dispenser. 2 charging ports. Back up in the back here. 2003 was the only year that they had this lighted rear parking assist set up here. It has the audible tone, but then when you back up close to a car, the lights start lighting up. I'll show you that if I remember when we jump behind the wheel. Cartier L has the rear adjusting and tilting headrests in the back, and then dual rear vanity mirrors as well. Look at that. Welcome to Lincoln Town Car. All right, now let's take a look at the passenger side. Opening up that big, long wheelbase back door. Now, I remember the last time I sold this car grabbed some attention because there was somebody famous. Oh, I do remember this from last time, a little chip. There's another one right there. Somebody famous had a burgundy Cartier L like this, and somebody in the comments, or a few people said, oh yeah, like the other side here, you can actually see where it rubs right there. And somebody said in the comments, or multiple people said in the comments, oh, you know, so-and-so had a car that was a Cartier L, and I don't remember who it was. It was some famous woman. Gee whiz. I don't know why I want to say one of the Golden Girls, but I don't think it was. Let me know down in the comments if I'm hoping that whoever said that before remembers this car. I can't remember. I can't remember. One other thing that's kind of common with these long wheelbase cars is because this is so soft and plush, and this is hard right here with this center, cup holder, is somebody put something in the back of this car and scuffed the leather. You really don't notice it unless you're looking forward, backwards, but that is there. Seat back pockets, really nice shape. Again, vanity mirrors, both sides. I can't remember what famous woman owned a burgundy Cartier L like this. Look in the comments because I know someone's going to say it. And then I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I remember now, even though I don't. Nice and clean in the door sills, even the Lincoln insignia. I don't know where the water came from. The Lincoln insignia has no corrosion on it. Oh, door panel. Light parchment leather. The medium parchment upper. Little cubby holes there. Heated front seats. Heated rear seats. Because this is a Cartier, has a heated rear seat option as well. Dash pad is in really nice shape. Car has a real pleasant smell to it. Non-smoker's car. Carpeting is in really great shape as well. Like I said before, has a little tissue storage area or booger storage area, whatever you want to put in there. Real nice leather in this car. Center console shows a little bit of light wear right there where the driver puts his or her elbow. All right, now let's jump behind the wheel. We're going to start it up. We'll pop the hood, pop the trunk, show you inside those two areas. So jumping on the inside of this town car, I like to show you what I got for keys. I got 2 remotes here and 2 keys. I do not have the valet key for this car, but we're going to start it up. What she got, 66,601 miles on this car. I believe I sold it with 63,000, almost 64,000 when I sold it. If we come over to the books, this is a real old bottle of touch-up paint. Doesn't really feel like it's going to do much. I have the key code, door card, some warranty cards. I do have the original window sticker for this car, which is kind of neat. Let's take a look, see what this car was all about. 2003 Cartier L, exterior red, autumn red, interior dark parchment, medium dark parchment, overlight parchment. Long wheelbase, chrome wheels, yada yada yada. Base price of $50,800. Alpine audio system. The only option on this car was a $1,300 communication system, which would have been a Motorola cell phone. MSRP of $52,800. Sold new at Sebring Ford Lincoln Mercury in Sebring, Florida. Along with that, I do have, like I said, all the other books and pamphlets and stuff like that. And then this is the manual for the communication system as well. What I don't have, though... Oop, I got a toothpick. What I don't have, though, is the phone that would have been in there. It's a Motorola phone. Not that you could use it now anyways. Coin holder. And like I said, this is a dual flip open. The center cup holder there. Let's shut the interior lights down. You can see you have all the cruise control buttons on the steering wheel here. Your volume, temp, fan buttons here as well. Power adjustable foot pedals, heated seat. We got HID headlights. Turn those on with the fogs. One thing I noticed is the backlighting on the radio here does not light up. Though the radio, well, we don't get good service inside here because no, of course not. Because the antenna's in the glass, the radio does work fine, but you can see the backlighting on the buttons does not work. Climate control does work. We'll do this self-diagnostic test here. Center ashtray, nice and clean. This car doesn't seem like it was ever a smoker's car. Waiting for all those to light up to show you that there's no issues. Yep. Right, no issues with that. Here's another cool thing that early 2003s, this car had the SOS system, which was kind of like what they have on the Mercedes cars. This would have been part of the communication system. This is a 2003 only thing, early 2003. Looks like a stain there or something. This little kind of, I don't know, let me focus out a little bit. This little map pocket here has the dual vanity mirrors on both sides. What else is this 2003 only? I'm having a hard time. I know the seat pockets, this guy here, the auto windshield wipers. I'm gonna pop the hood here. You can see those beautiful HID headlights, lower fog lights. 2003, they did still have the under hood light. They later did away with that in later years. Another 03 thing, which I think is kind of cool, it's got this old school Ford V8 emblem, and then these little ribs here, and those are silver, like a kind of a brushed nickel look. Batteries from 2020. One thing I noticed that my customers did to this car is they put a battery cutoff switch right here. 3,000 miles. They just kept this car in the garage for, enjoyment on weekends or special occasions. So this car did a lot of sitting in a garage. So that is a battery cutoff switch to preserve so there's no battery drain on it. These little markings here you can see on these earlier V8s, Ford had a recall with the timing tensioners. Recall was done on this car. Real smooth, nice and clean under here as well. You know, all the nuts and bolts. Still has the markings on the front of the engine block. You can see the brake lines, new struts. Real clean under this hood. One thing I noticed is this little hole here. And I didn't notice this before, and a little hole here. I want to say this car probably had, being a Florida car, it probably had one of those giant, ugly bug deflectors that just like stand up vertical. Probably came out of here and probably had a couple more mounts in there as well. But yeah, that would have been a Florida thing for them Florida bugs. One of the things I wanted to show you is that 2003 only. We back up. Can we focus? Going real slow because I'm really actually not paying attention. And there we go. Now coming around to the back here, you know I like to show you the power trunk feature, power opening and close feature. And inside the trunk here, you can see it has all the original Cartier floor mats with the Cartier logo on all three of them. Now, interesting thing is these floor mats have been in the back of this car since I sold it last time. I didn't even clean these mats again. That's why the lines aren't as crisp. They never took the mats out of the car and put it in the car. They never had anybody ride in the back seat, so apparently they didn't need the back seat mat. And they had two front mats that were like aftermarket mats. And these stayed in the trunk, so those are still fresh. CD changer, you have your on and off switch for the rear air ride, the inertia switch there as well. Quarter mounted spare, and this does have the pop open trunk organizer, which is kind of cool. Very rare, actually. Anybody who has one of these in their town car, a lot of people out there that are looking for these because you just can't find them. Now, another thing that I've noticed on these earlier Cartiers is the trunk lining, the coloring of the fabric, even on the rear deck lid here, is lighter in color than the later town cars. 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 11. I don't know when the year cutoff was, but that's kind of neat. All right, let's double click. Closes, power pull down, works perfectly. Bottom of the 2003 Lincoln Town Car Cartier L. This was originally a Tennessee car, so you can see it's very, very clean on the bottom. Lower quarters on both sides, even all the sheet metal, rear axle, and everything like that. Did just put brand new shocks in the rear. Brand new Arnott air springs in the back as well. Full wheel brake job all the way around. Pads and rotors in the rear and front. I don't remember this before. I don't know if the previous owner I sold this car to put a new drive shaft or had a remanufactured drive shaft put in this car. But very, very clean. Like I said, floor pans, not floor plans, are also very nice. Nice and dry here. Did just do a Motorcraft oil change. You can see the filter up there. New front struts on both sides. New pads and rotors in the front as well. New upper control arms. Really, really a clean car. Any questions, give me a call, 978-930-1004. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks, everybody, for watching the video here on the 2003 Town Car. Papa Bear really loved it as well.
You got it.
He, you know, as a father who tells me, you know, do whatever you want to do here. In the beginning of this video, I told you how much I would have loved to keep this car. But as you can see behind me, these are my cars. You can see in the background of all the videos I do.
That's not all of them.
That's not all of them. People ask, what's under all those dusty covers? Those are my cars. So I can't keep them all. I really can't. I wish I could. I wish I had bigger space because I probably would be out of control and I would have a garage full of cars that aren't for sale. But This car is for sale. 2003 Lincoln Town Car Cartier. What do you think, Pops?
It's an absolutely beautiful car, inside, outside. Look at the colors. The window tint on it is beautiful.
It would have been a good car for Papa Bear, too.
Yeah, it's a Papa's car.
So that's the Lincoln. Any questions, give me a call, 978-930-1004. Make sure you hit that subscribe button over there for more Lincoln Town cars, more Panthers. I got Grand Marquis coming up like crazy, more Town cars coming up. But this is, for a long wheelbase, this is the last of them that I have right now in inventory. So definitely take advantage of this opportunity. If you see this video. Price of this Lincoln Town car is going to be $17,995. Again, any questions? My name is Anthony. Don't let distance stop you from getting a dream car like this in your driveway. She stayed local last time, but she's got all new tires, all new brakes, all new front suspension control arms, shocks, rear airbags. She's ready to roam. She's ready for the street. She's ready to get some miles put on her. Give me a call, 978-930-1004. Check out my website, specialtymotorcars.net, for all the still pictures of the car. Specialty Motorcars NH on Instagram and Specialty Motorcars on Facebook as well, for all the sneak peek updates of all the behind the scenes, of all the stuff that I do. All this behind the scenes stuff, I always put updates on those two social media sites. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to check out the merch store. Papa Bear and Anthony merch on sale now. Up on the top tab, you see merch. Let us know what you get down in the comments. We'll talk to you soon.